So find time and go to Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe to have good services and of course majorly the accommodation. I promised myself to go for gymming, but I've not yet. I think the new year will give me that opportunity. So my brother, SP Thomas Bawenet, you're most welcome to Issues at Hand.
Yeah, good morning to you. Good morning to the viewers. I'm happy to be again part of this show and very lucky to be part of the show that is closing the year.
Oh, interesting.
And I'm very excited to be part of us, like as usual. And I want to wish you well. I want to say, let's take care of ourselves. We are finalizing the year. We are all excited about welcoming the new year, but let's not lose the guard. Yeah, it is still so well.
That is interesting. How was Christmas? I did not receive a call from you.
Very unfortunate and very sorry. Maybe you were busy. You missed out on my call. But largely Christmas was peaceful. And I want to commend all the security officers out there. I want to commend the public. Every time I came here, I always emphasized that let's remain vigilant, let's keep in touch, let's respect each other, let's avoid violence, and indeed, to a largest extent, people adhered to our call. And like I've said, it was largely peaceful. The roads were peaceful, though we registered some death due to circumstances that would be avoidable. But because of some people are too negligent in that even listening to what we tell them becomes a little challenging. When they take 1 or 2 beers, they become too unruly, and what comes about is such catastrophes. So I want to thank God that for the whole year, we are in around 360 something days. For those of us that are still alive, we have all reasons to thank God. We have reasons to give thanks. And I'm only encouraging that let the excitement should not bewilder or blindfold us from whatever that we are planning. The year is still long. Even when we cross over to the new year, that shouldn't be the end of life. Let's just continue to insist on the basics of life. Let's try to even work a little more harder to ensure that we sustain our lives, to ensure that we enjoy the life that we desire. But for Christmas, for those of us that reaped the best, the benefits, let's be happy. And for our friends that didn't find the new year as interesting as the rest of us, we condole with you. We ask God to help you out, and we'll continue having in our prayers. Even on the 31st, while we'll be for those prayers, let's ensure that we pray for our people that are not finding good life, such that the Lord God can visit them and deliver them from such suffering. I know it will be well.
All right.
Yes.
That is interesting. And now the year is coming to an end. We saw Christmas. Yes, it was generally, it was so peaceful. And though, as a few instances, as you've mentioned, now we're heading into the New Year celebrations. And of course, somehow, somewhere, these ones we get to include in some of the fireworks and all that. So what are the safety measures that are going to be put in place, specifically giving away the issues that we experienced in the Christmas celebrations, like the negative part of it? How are we going to ensure utmost safety in this particular period as the security forces?
First of all, we are saying, let the excitement not blindfold us. Yes, the Baganda say, Ogwedete gubamuka. Christmas is now gone, and we have forgotten about it for us as security. For us in the forces, we still maintain a high level of alertness. And we are assuring you that even come these days, we continue to patrol around your areas. Our intelligence forces are within you. Cooperate with them. Let's just ensure that we do not get carried away, because in most of the cases, if everything is merrymaking and all that, people tend to get carried away. They think everything is all right, but it is within these periods that the person that wanted to strike or cause harm whenever they fail, they think of a time when you relax. So I just want to encourage us that let us not relax. It is not time to make merry at the expense of our security. Like I told you, security begins with you. There is no way you are going to expect to be secure when yourself you are just negligent in the way you are doing your things. So let us maintain that highest level of vigilance. Let's be conscious, and whatever that we do not understand, whatever that we get to suspect that can cause danger or harm a human being or society, a community, let's try to involve the rest of the others to ensure that we dissect and get to analyze the dangers of that particular, maybe a person, maybe a substance, or anything that may be not attended to. So let's pay keen attention. Let's not get carried away. We are saying that even when we seem secure, there are threats. Let's not forget that we have done whatever we have done, and the threats have not been in position to manifest themselves into a kind of danger. So let's try to seal the gaps that may be exploited by the criminals. Like I've told you, the city was largely peaceful, simply because maybe the population had gone to the villages.
Oh yes.
You will say that the congestion was less, so even the criminals never had chance to wreak havoc. But now that I'm sure very many people have come back from the villages, people are going for those happenings. The 31st is going to be a little congested with events for those in the entertainment, or you know what will happen. People are going to go about happening, they will be happy, they will be awaiting fireworks at the landing sites and the beaches. People are going to be cruising. And this is a time when we must pay attention to safety. So when you get on board on a boat, ensure that you have put on a life jacket. Don't put your life in danger. Wherever you are going, you do not know. Things can change in a short while. Where you are cruising, you do not know whether the waters will become a little risky and all that. So it is better let us take the necessary precautions and follow the guidelines. We know there are stewards all around. We will have guides. We will have the security officers, the marine unit will be all over the lake to try and ensure that people even navigate safely. But even when the stewards, they have not told you to do to carry on a precautionary measure, a safety measure. Ensure that for you demand for it, because it is your life. We only get to live once, and once a life is lost, you will never have it again. Let's think about the other people. Then we've said fireworks may be all over.
Yes,
people are going to celebrate those 5 to 10 minutes of the new year, 23 to 2024, that period. People are going to be excited. But remember, there are guidelines. Not everyone can display fireworks. And fireworks display must be on permission from the Inspector General of Police. In the press release that was issued by the police publicist, he emphasized the licensed companies that are authorized to display fireworks. So before you contract any person to come and display for you fireworks on that eve, ensure that these people are licensed, because if you deviate from that, it will may lead to some sanctions. So let's pay attention. And while we are enjoying the fireworks, safety. In most of the cases, we know that not everyone can withstand the intensity of the blast. Once you are there, ensure that you are in your proper state of health, because the sound may be too much for you to contain and all that. And we just need to prepare our people, because the IGP has issued the guidelines. It shouldn't be an elongated period, like say 20 minutes and all that. It will have a maximum of about 5 minutes. So let's just ensure that we are in our proper state of mind. Then for those of us that are going in places that appear congested, especially the guides and stewards, we are encouraging that let those places accommodate the right number of people. Let's not scramble for money. Let's not force entrance while we cannot accommodate everyone. So it is important that let's use the available space. For as long as the revelers are too many and we don't have enough space, we're encouraging that let's do what? Let's stop at the number that is acceptable. Yeah, we know we need money, but we need life more. Yes.
Okay, that is interesting. And as jokingly, we were here discussing some time back, and I asked someone, is it possible if I have my fireworks and I go to a place that is cleared to display fireworks, is that possible at any given moment?
If you have your fireworks?
Yes, my own.
You will be having fireworks illegally. So it means you will be awaiting charges. So
okay.
It is, you see, fireworks is a component of the explosives. And we cannot just say that let everyone who wishes or the one that has the capacity to have it, have it. It must be handled by professionals. You realize even if in transportation, it is transported by our people in the counterterrorism department. So we only encourage that let the professionals be there to do the work, and let's follow the guidelines to the latter. It's not a simple thing that you'll go out there like these. We have smaller fireworks that we normally display in, during birthdays and all that. Yes, but the other fireworks we are talking about can even cause harm. It is a danger. So that's why we say it should be displayed in an open place. Okay. Don't go over into your room and say you are displaying fireworks. You will blow off the roof of the building. So let's follow the guidelines, and let's not tamper with something we do not understand. Let's not have a lot of guess when it comes to fireworks. It is deadly. Yes, it is good, it is enjoyable. When you look up in the sky, everywhere it is shining. The stars are all over. But the end result of it, we want to be happy. But let's be happy, and then after the happiness, let's have prolonged happiness. Let's not let's avoid a situation where we shall be in danger of losing our own because of the smaller time of excitement.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is interesting. And now, have you maybe in the police department, have you previously registered any hindrances in terms of celebrating these days, and how are you to address such in order not to have a repetitive actions?
Yeah, like you know, when people are going about happiness and merrymaking, we just tend to relax, and we just tend to think that everyone is for us. So that kind of laxity is the one that puts people into danger. I just don't want to per se that this has always been persistent, but we have always warned you that we have the threats of terrorism. You never know. Like I've always said, those criminals who want to emit terror, who want to massacre people, civilians and armed civilians, they are always there to make news for themselves and to cause panic in the public. We are saying let's watch out for them. Recently, we've had a number of attempts, and we've had a number of attacks. You remember what happened in Maction Falls? The US tourist, the UK tourist who was killed, and you remember the recent spate in Kamwenge. So, though we are saying this because we want people to be alert and take guard of themselves, we want people to be quick at giving us the information, because it is what can better save you. It is reported early, the response is done as quickly as possible, such that we do not get the fatalities. So it is important that even when the absence of the threats in your capacity and in your analysis, let's not take it for granted. It is peaceful, yes, but we can't afford to trade peace at the expense of being relaxed. So let's aim at, squeezing out that gap. Let's deter. Let's try to prevent. Let's try to preempt the plans of the person that want to wreak havoc. So it is just important. We've had different challenges in policing these festive days. People go around driving recklessly. Someone is driving a motorcycle, is riding a motorcycle, holding with one hand. He's not seated on the seat. You get to wonder whether this person cares about their life. the motorists, people are driving the way they are driving. Last night I was watching over a clip that was released by the Police ICT Directorate, especially in major junctions. You realize that at times people are just absent-minded, then they crash into others. Then you get to worry, what happens, you people? Is it too much excitement? Like we have always warned that please, if you have taken alcohol, they are not touched the steering, because at times it is being out of mind, being unconscious, and when you get to a vessel, you want to drive yet you are not in your true state of mind. So let's check on those few things. They are just negligent acts that lead us into danger. Otherwise, for us as the security forces, the UPF, the Uganda Police Force, the UPDF, with the rest of our sister security agencies, we are not relaxed. We are on standby. Class 1, we are alert to attend to you. We are attending to you and will continue to. We are not going to shrink from our noble responsibility. We even enjoy it. Yeah, when people are going about, they are happy. It gives us delight. It is a noble profession. It's a noble opportunity to serve you people. So take it with the kindest regard that it requires. Let's try to partner with you, partner with us. We are at our best. We are good to go. We believe the year is going to end peacefully by the grace of God, and we'll cross over to the new year, and we'll see what the new year brings for us.
Oh, that's interesting. And now, what should how can a concerned citizen bring in maybe instances of reporting this and this is happening here and there? How can they get in touch with you?
Yeah, the best way is to get to your nearby police post, police station, any police installation that you get to see around you. Because as police, we are all over the country. Really, you can't move for 10 kilometers in Kampala before you get to a police station. Up country, I think you also can't move for 30 kilometers and you've not seen a police station. That one is very rare. So since you have our installations in there, you have the personnel. I've always been encouraging that let us embrace the culture of visiting the police stations and getting into contact with the security officers in there. Because those people that we get to post to those different locations of yours, they are the ones that we require that they should help you at all times. Yes, we can have all these other numbers displayed and all that, but the best person to give you emergency response, emergency help, is that person who is within your area of jurisdiction. So don't yourself, I'm just saying that desist from getting complacent. People normally, when it is peaceful, they are complacent. But remember, we have given you a person to help you. Can we make good use of them? Can you at one time go to a police station just to make an inquiry? Make those officers your friends, because we believe in a civilian involved kind of administration and safety. So let's get to the police installations. Let's get their numbers. The most important thing is communication. Get their numbers. We always encourage our officers to keep their numbers on full time, day, night, morning, midnight. Any call that comes from the public may be a call calling for help. So it is important that we get to disturb them. In fact, disturb us. We are there to your service. I've just told you, we are always delighted to give you faithful service, to keep you safe. When you are making merry, we feel good. Even when you invite us to take part, we still feel good and we feel appreciated. So it is this time that we must have the numbers on our speedy dials. Amongst your first 5 contacts, there is no reason for you not to have a contact of a police personnel within your area of jurisdiction, because that one will be your kind help, your emergency help to save you out through this period. Yeah, we know we are going to be overstretched. We understand, like I've told you, 31st, it will be merrymaking. Christians will be going into churches that overnight, crossover night. People are going to be engaged. But I even warn the people, and I still need to sound this. Let's not leave our homes unattended to.
Yes.
People are going to trek to go for in those prayer conferences. But at home, if you leave when it is not guarded, it will be at your own risk. kindly, if 4 of you are leaving a home, leave behind one person. Kindly leave behind one person to take charge of the security of that area. You know, the criminals will always be calculative. Some of you sleep with the criminals in your houses, within the localities. They are watching over you. So why should you leave your security to be vulnerable to that extent? Let's remain on the guard. It is our singular responsibility to keep ourselves even more safe.
That's interesting. And Afande, are there any road closures or traffic management plans for the New Year's event celebrations?
Yeah, of course, we are going to have very many diversions before the end of the day or before the end of tomorrow. The Kampala Metropolitan Traffic Commander especially will be briefing the media on the different diversions and the road closures that will be envisaged. So motorists will be advised to follow the guidelines, even pedestrians. Like, for example, for those of you that will be going for the end of year in Lubiri, because that is a big celebration that we pay attention to. We need to ensure that we follow the guidelines. If you are not supposed to park in a designated place, kindly allow the wardens to direct you to where you can park. And if you are not supposed to, it does not stop you from parking wherever you can park for as long as it is designated. But even when we follow those ones, I've always encouraged that we need to keep a close watch on our motor vehicles. Some people do not know that when you buy a motor vehicle, that is your money. So why should you leave your money unattended to? Park it in a designated place where you feel security is guaranteed. So the road closures will be guided by the Kampala Metropolitan Traffic Commander, and he will be there to address the media. So watch out for that, and in case you are driving about in Kampala, let's pay closer attention and let's not argue with the security officers. Most people, you know, commit that mistake. Every time you want to argue, you feel you want to follow simplicity and all that, but it is at the expense of all of us. Once there is a diversion, let's kindly respect it, and we get to a route that is designated and allocated to us.
And what steps can the community take in order to support law enforcement, specifically in the busy New Year's celebrations?
Yeah, we are just encouraging that be part of it. Don't leave it for us alone. Let's get involved. Where we have been, first of all, we have been training and sensitizing the wardens, especially those that will help us in guarding during the prayers. We have concentrated much more on the churches because we believe these people are going also to have massive crowds. So we are encouraging that every time you get to see danger, get involved. Every time you get to suspect something, get to the security officers. We are going to be all over. Like, we have even given you those contacts. It is important. Information is power. When you give us information, we get to act. Every person you give information, they keep disseminating it. And the earlier we cordon the area of attack or the area that is susceptible to attack, the easier it becomes for us to save you. So it is our singular responsibility. These are known things, they are norms. We are saying, let's not forget, let's not pull our guards down, let's give information. Where it is desires that you get involved, especially in curtailing the rights of movement of a person suspected to be committing crime, or a person that is about to commit crime, kindly get them arrested and produce them immediately to police or to the local authorities. Then for us, we will take charge. Your other role would just be to give us a statement, an account of what happened and all that. We get to see how safely we can move together. So you are the core of security in the area where you are living. You are the first line of defense. Wherever you think about security, think about yourself first. You are an actor. Don't leave it for police. Don't leave it for the area defense secretary. Don't leave it for whoever you think is armed and all that. It is your singular responsibility. But whatever that supersedes your capacity, ensure that you get to report it and ensure that we give you the response and the action. We should be in there to act.
Still under community participation, what do you say about neighborhood watch in terms so that they can really help themselves?
Yeah, neighborhood watch is what we are always preaching, and we are encouraging that. First of all, before we have always interacted with the local leaders, the one we refer to as the foundation security. Okay. That it will begin with you, especially in the metropolitan here, where estates are largely commercial. We are only encouraging that let's not admit people that we have not profiled. Yes, the landlords may be quick at picking out the money and all that, but it's the responsibility of all of us. Then, as we live together as a community, we have a duty to protect each other. Let's not just mind about our businesses and that is all. Let's mind about the business of the neighbor. Let's mind about the security of the neighbor. It is important that we even get to know each other. It is a responsibility for you to live with a person, especially now people live in fences, 10 cubicles, but you realize none of them know the other. Can you imagine that? So let's take keen interest in knowing who our neighbors are. Let's take keen interest in knowing what they do. Let's take keen interest in knowing how they go about their life. It is part of you.
How about those who don't embrace that? They could say you're infringing their privacy.
That one is important. We are not saying that again, just go into their bedrooms and all that. But you yourself, you must get concerned. It's what we are saying, that we even need to be holding those meetings together. As a landlord, what is your role in bringing these tenants of yours on board? Because it is important people get to know each other. Do you know that at times we even miss out on opportunities when the neighbors have it, just because we fail to interact? Let's not only look at the dangers, but what are the benefits of being at good terms with a person that is in closest proximity to you? Those are some of the benefits that when you get to know that someone maybe works here and there, maybe when an opportunity strikes, it may be for you. Or if for them they are looking out for someone to maybe guide, they are looking for a professional. When they know your profession or your skill, they will be quick at picking on you. They will quick to recommend you. So we are only encouraging that let's embrace neighborhood relations. Let's embrace good neighborhood relations. That practice is the best for our safety. So even for you who think that you do not need anyone, that you are affluent enough, I'm just telling you that you are deceiving yourself. You cannot live in isolation. You need to keep closest proximity with the people that neighbor you. The Baganda say, that if you have a club next to you, in case of an invasion of a snake, it is that club that will help you out to hit the head of that snake. You may not think about a club that is miles away. So your neighbor is your greatest asset when it comes to security. So let's not mismanage these relations. You know, it is just good for you. The small differences that emanate, can we see a way of amicably and humanely resolving them? Such that when you are living with someone, they do not have a reason to malice you. Some people just do it out of malice. They will get to see someone running away with your property, they are accessing your property, and they do not get concerned, which is dangerous. Today it is me, tomorrow it is you. What does it take for you to request your neighbor, if he is present, take watch over your premises if we can? So it is just that important. What fails it is feeling that for us we are affluent, we don't need anyone around us, we can do it all for ourselves. But I'm telling you, if you want to face the biggest challenge of your time, even if you have money and money will not help you, be at loggerheads with your neighbor. You'll face it rough.
But at some point, Afande, someone could say we do not know much of these neighbors, because I have been somewhere and it is our neighbor who robbed us, but that person had stayed there for over 2 years and he's the one who took all of our stuff. So how can we trust these neighbors?
Don't you think it is negligence? It's what I told you. Let's try to profile. At our earliest, let's ensure that we learn the traits. I told you we need to learn even to get to know what these neighbors do. Because for you, innocent as you may be, you'll go and rent out premises, you begin occupying the premises and all that, not knowing that the rest of the people that are residing with you may be criminals. So how do you guard yourselves? Let's even get interested in getting to the local leadership, because those people would easily guide us on the topography of the area. They will know where the dangerous spots are. They will guide you. And we only advise that while you live with the people, don't shrink from your responsibility. It is your responsibility to know the person you are living with, because you are not born with them. You don't know what they do. So next time if they shift, where will you trace them from? So it is our duty, it is this time when we must, and I repeat, when we must get to know the people that live with us in the closest proximity. Yeah.
And that is interesting. Of course, here with me is SP Thomas Bawinechi, who is the Community Liaison Officer at Chira Road Police Station. And we're discussing the end of year safety security measures regarding the end of year celebrations. You know how busy this day is going to be. Of course, police has come out with a number of safety measures. Briefly this week, the spokesperson came out and gave highlights of fireworks and the number of places that were designated to have fireworks. So it has been a good compilation of security measures throughout, and that is why every Friday we have that. But specifically this Friday, focusing it on security measures regarding the 1st and 31st of December, and of course 1st of January, that crossover period. So the safety there matters a lot. We are still discussing this, but let's first go for a brief short break and then come back for more.
Issues at hand, powered by
Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. Comfort and luxury at its best.
This is Church of Uganda Family TV, enriching lives. Issues at hand, powered by
Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. Comfort and luxury at its best.
Yes, welcome back. You're still watching Issues at Hand here at Church of Uganda Family TV. And as I earlier communicated, this is the grand finale because this is going to be the very last of 2023 Issues at Hand. So next week we shall be discussing matters of 2024. I am still here with SP Thomas Baboinechi, who is the Community Liaisons Officer at Chira Road Police Station. And of course, we've been discussing issues to do with safety in this period of transitioning to the new year. You know how busy it gets. So what the security has brought for us is what we have been here discussing, and I trust you've been paying much attention majorly regarding issues of fireworks. If you're not sober, do not go close to these places. If you have issues with health, do not go close to these places, such that you can live to see that actual year that you are celebrating. So you should be extra cautious on the guidelines they are bringing up, and everything that the police is setting aside. Please make it a point to follow that for your own safety and of course for your own well-being as a person there. Now remember, we are powered by Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe, a place you should try and visit because of what it is really, depending on all the services they offer, be it accommodation, be it the meals, be it spa, gym. All those services are actually up there to the game. So please find time and get a taste of Protea Hotel by Marriott in Entebbe. Now we're going to, I think we have had enough, though we shall bring in it later on, a bit of it, but I think we've had enough of security issues and all that. So let us prepare for the new year. What lies ahead of 2024? And this is in terms of domestic relations. You know, my brother here, Afande, works in the community. He's the community liaisons officer, so he's best in this. So can we talk about briefly the domestic relations, child upbringing, all those things as we gear up for the year 2024?
Yeah, you know, I'm a Christian.
Okay.
The priests normally tell me a family is a small heaven. So it is a place of peace, should be a place of joy, and should be a place that gives us a kind of environment that is good enough to live in. So I'm happy I'm on Family TV, and the issue and definition of the word family should really come up. This is a kind where we find different people who chose to stay together. Some people say for better or even for worse. I've not said that yet.
Okay.
But maybe someday I'll be there to say it.
Okay.
However,
we shall witness.
We are only encouraging that this is the time when we must at all time ensure that we are living together. Let's avoid issues that bring violence. The only thing that manifests itself in the family relations, domestic relations, are the kind of violence, you know, and these are things that we shouldn't expect to have. You know why? At the beginning, we all say sweet words to each other.
Oh, yes.
We are darlings, we are babies, we are sweethearts, and all that. I don't know where it comes from for someone to call the other a certain kind of a big word that I can't even mention here. You know, it is disheartening when it gets to that. But my word today to those people that are living in families, married couples especially, it begins with us, the two of us that are involved. Because in the initial stages, like I've told you, it is merrymaking. It is, you know, those good names, sweet words everywhere. Where it goes wrong is where I don't know. But we know it very well, that while we are living together, our core role should be giving happiness to each other. So I'm saying, is it possible that we can avoid violence in any way? My answer is yes. You know, we have different manifestations of violence. Some violence is physical. Through the Christmas period, we've had people that have killed their spouses, you know, over smaller things. The husband has not bought meat at home. you find someone is picking up a spear, is picking up a knife to stab the other. Some people are involved in, fights, which is, and in the presence of children sometimes. So what is it that we can't stop? So we want to encourage you to say no to violence. In most of the cases, things that bring about violence, they may be 2 or 3. Maybe infidelity. Not every person can withstand the idea of having a competitor. Many people don't want to compete, including me. I do not want to compete, especially for love. So when it comes to that point, that the other couple feels they are not comfortable, someone maybe secretly seeing another person, such a scenario can bring in a kind of violence.
Yes.
So when it comes in, maybe if it is a woman, you realize if it is the man providing, economic violence comes in. Now the ability to provide or the capacity to provide is reduced or it is withdrawn. So you realize now we begin swimming in a kind of instability in a home. But it is possible that we can avoid some of these things. If it is, you are annoyed, I normally tell couples that it is possible that you can be angry simply because we have different way of reasoning and we have different opinion. And in most of the cases, we fail to balance the opinion. And someone will feel that someone will feel disrespected because their opinion has not been taken into account. But now it is important that we balance the different opinions. Sometimes let's accept to lose for the purposes of maintaining family harmony. For example, I table an opinion, we want to do ABC, and to my person at home, they feel like, that may not work out better. But for your own good and for the good of the continuity of your relationship, it is important that you get to a consensus. People are failing to build the consensus. Yet for us, we are encouraging that let's try to communicate. It is through communication that you can iron out those differences. In most cases, they are never big.
Yes.
You realize someone is just, failing to provide because maybe there is something that he has not been provided with. They normally say that men are obsessed with sex. That when a man is denied the conjugal rights, they will reduce or they will withdraw any kind of support that they will be rendering to the family. So if that is it, can you talk about it? Instead, the other one will just go to the friends and all that. They get to converse, they go partying, and what will happen there?
Yes.
The other thing will happen. Someone will get another person to fill up that gap. And this is a festive period. It is the time to renew our relationship with each other. Let's keep together. Someone was saying that during COVID time, people were not used to being together. And it brought a problem. People would easily get into arguments. From arguments, fight will ensue. But we are saying it is again an opportunity for you to learn your person. Those traits that you've not been seeing, right now they can easily come out. It is a short holiday. Now, can we use it to stay together? Can we design a way of renewing our love together? Can we try to avoid those practices that deter our partners from freely expressing their love to us? Because these are the common causes of violence. Then we need to consider our spouses, because in most of the cases we act irresponsibly and we even act outward irresponsibly. So sometimes it brings a kind of emotional abuse. You will not know, you who is uttering out the word, you will not know the extent to which it will cause harm in the mind of someone. So it is this time that we have to be calculative of the words that we even use at home. So let's take this period, the holiday period, as a time to renew our relationship at home. Then we have children, because they are now part of us. We have children, we have relatives within us. First of all, as a parent, I want to believe that you are the biggest role model to your children. Because I normally look at my boy. When someone annoys him, he comes and reports to daddy. Daddy will deal with that person decisively. When he feels he wants something, he will say, Dad will buy it for me, or mommy will buy it for me. You know why? Because they trust you. So this is a time for you to act in a noble way, to act as a good example to your children. I'm telling you, parents, don't dare make a mistake to drink in front of your children. It is going to cut a bad image. Don't fight in front of children. Yes. Even when there are arguments, don't try to exchange them in front of children. Wait for an ample time when you can have your time, argue, and maybe, but don't fight. Hey, we can argue, we can do any other thing, but fighting shouldn't be seen, because that one is even arrestable. It is an assault, it is criminal, it is unlawful. So we are saying, let's have time to live a good example to our children and the people around us. Then let's keep close watch on the children. We have children. They are too vulnerable. Let's not leave them to wander around without our kind, keen eye and attention. Because you are going to send that young toddler to maybe a shop or somewhere in the neighborhood. You do not know what will happen to them, because they are not in a position to easily defend themselves. So it is the time that we keep close watch on the children. When you are sending them out, at least they should go with an adult, or they should go with you. So let's avoid, try to shield them from such danger. We have children that are grown up, those in the teens and the adolescent stage. You know very well what happens with them. If we don't keep a close eye on them, we do not know. There are people that are out there are waiting to emit abuse on them. So this is the time we should have our children in our hands under our close watch. Then even when they are with us, let's treat them well. You know, I've always told the people, there is a difference between disciplining a child and, you know, abusing a child. See, we are not saying that don't cane the children, because the English proverb say, you spare the rod, you spoil the child. Let's instill discipline in them, but let's not try to abuse their right to safety, because it is important. Sometimes people go about and get so much angry with the children, in that they will deny them food, they will inflict pain on them. Some people go to an extent of mutilating children. You know, someone gets a flat iron, they burn the children and all that. Bad. That one is criminal. Yes, if we get the information and people in the local authorities out there, watch out for that. But just in case you have to discipline them with love. Even the Bible says it. Then it is time to educate them. We know it is time for them to get some skills. While they are out in the boarding schools and during the school days, it is hard for us to freely give them assignments. This is the time we must give our children some assignments. They should get to learn what we do. If you're a mother, you're a father, you're operating some retail business, go with the children. You are doing some manufacturing, you go with them. Let them learn what you are doing. Let them, you know, try to embrace what you do. Yes, because it is not noble enough for you to have children and they do not know what you do. Daddy goes out, my children know that I'm a police officer, I hold the rifle. So in most of the cases, that's what they play around with. You know, their plays are led by maybe what I do, because they love what I do and they understand it. So it is basically a family time, family period. Let's stay with our families. Let's not run away from them. You may not get another time to freely interact with your children, with your family. The time is now. Let's use it fruitfully. Maybe lastly, I want to invite people for the match tomorrow. Right. The Uganda Premier League is on. Express will be playing Vipers. I'm glad you're a Vipers fan.
Of course.
Like I've told you, I've offered you a ticket. Wow. We are going to watch tomorrow at Wankurukuku. Let's go, and I'm inviting the rest of you. It is a holiday time. What else can you give to your loved ones? Let's take them out for recreation. Let's go and watch football. It is our league. You see, like I've told you, let's support the talent. You don't know what talents bring. We have always been here watching Cheptegei. Most of us are always very happy. We celebrate the gold and all that. But we have very many kinds of sport where we can tap from.
Yes.
So encourage your child to play some kind of sport.
Oh, wow.
Tomorrow, see you Vipers fans. We shall be out there. Express FC, we are the mighty Red Eagles. We are the pride of Kampala.
All right.
Do you have any questions for that?
I don't have any questions.
I want to wish everyone that has been watching us a safe holiday. I want to wish you a happy new year. See you 2024 by God's grace. Bye-bye.
That is interesting. Thank you so much, SP Thomas Baboinechi. Tomorrow, I'll be giving you details of what happened. You'll be seeing how my brother will be crying because you're not going to joke around with Vipers. But in any way, we appreciate what a good message it has been, specifically for the families who are given only this period of time. Use, like Afanda has encouraged, make use of this particular period of time to get together to your family, be in touch with your family, know them much more, and that is the best message you could receive before you enter into the next year, because that is a planner for what you'll be doing in the following year. It has been an interesting conversation. He is the community liaison officer at Chira Road Police Station, and in case you need him for more of those encouraging words, please find time and meet him there. It has been an interesting conversation indeed, and we truly appreciate the time you've given us here at Issues at Hand. It is, as I told you, the last of 2023, and that is how we wrapped it up. And I've earned myself a ticket tomorrow, so I just can't express my happiness in this. Anyways, we appreciate all the time you spend with us since the year started. Issues at Hand, and now we are closing it. We appreciate really, really so much. Thank you. And from Carol Noaman, I think she would be very happy to hear that you also sent in regards. She also sends you regards. She is on leave, but next week she will probably be here to start off the year immediately. So Carol Noaman wishes you the very best of the year. Shama David is here saying hello to you, and of course a new year to you as well. Muhumza in the control, all the crew and production behind Issues at Hand. We all wish you a very, very blessed new year, which is 2024. My name is Luke Majumba Lenaitwe, and I hope to see you in the next year.